A lot of people think that this class is all about, I can be a producer because I know what I like when I hear it. And so consequently, they thought that we were going to listen to music so that they could practice knowing what they like when they hear it. And the reality is that a producer is a person that can do everybody's job so that they can manage those individuals. That's the same as a manager in a restaurant. The manager in a restaurant's got to tend bar, cook, do dishes, and maitre d' and be the greeter. If he's the owner, you can be sure he knows how to do that. So a producer is that too. Now that means, what do I say when I say the producer has to talk to everybody and have done everybody's job? Well, the first thing the producer's got to do is pick a talent that they want to work with. In picking that talent, the producer should have some kind of performance in their life, even if it's in the church choir, just so they know the anxieties and the feelings of that person that they're going to deal with. Second of all, they got to pick a song for this talent. Well, they should have written a song or had some sort of songwriting experience so that they know enough not to go to the songwriter and say something like, you know, Alex, I like your song. You know, it's really nice, but that bridge really kind of it turns me right off. I think it stinks, basically. You know. That's the bridge she wrote for her mother, who passed away last year, and this was the most sensitive thing in her life, and I just destroyed our relationship, you know, just because I didn't walk a mile in her shoes. And then I've got to take that song to an arranger, and then I've got to say to the arranger, here's this song, and what I want you to do is, you know, in the beginning, kind of make it a little like, you know, like a green pasture. And then when it comes to the middle part, then, you know, add some trees, you know, make it a little bit bigger. And then when it comes to the ending there, I want it to, you know, really be mountainous and red. And the arranger is trying to figure out what this person's talking about, you know. Instead of saying, look, I've made some sketches. I've written here the line that I want you to use as the theme for the introduction. Also, I want you to use this line inside the song. And I'm looking for, you know, kind of sparse instrumentation in the front. And I want it to grow as it comes to the bridge. You can maybe add some string pads then, and you could maybe do a little trumpet rhythmic pad. In other words, you have to talk that language, and you have to have done at least one so that you know what you're asking of this person. And then you've got to talk to the engineer in the studio. And you've got to say to the engineer, you know, Jeebers, I just had these horn players come in, and I want to record them. They're my friends from New York. You know? And you say, oh, yeah, well, the engineer who's got a date, you know, at 12, and he wants to leave, says, well, we only have 2 tracks, so, you know, we can't really record all 4 of them. We'll have to put them quickly on 2 tracks. Well, you go along with it. Or you say, let's pre-mix the drum tracks, all 6 tracks, combine them onto these 2 tracks, then you can open up 6 tracks. You can say that if you know what you're talking about, that is. So you need to have walked a mile in that engineer's shoes. Because you're the one, the producer, is the one that goes to the accountant and said, I want $50,000 to do this project. And the accountant says, why? Now you also have to know the accountant's language. Because you're not going to say to the accountant, well, I've got Ella Fitzgerald's student who's going to sing with Ray Brown, who is actually Ella Fitzgerald's son, and they're going to do an album together of these new songs from this up-and-coming African-American writer, and we're going to get all kind of coverage because, and the accountant is going, hold it. What I'm asking you is, why do you need the money? How much do you need? And when am I going to get it back with how much more? That's what I'm asking. I don't know anything about these names you're telling me. All I know is the money. Talk my language and you probably will get it. So the producer is not someone who knows what they like when they hear it. You're able to tell when someone is actually telling you the truth about what they're capable of doing or what they can't do. I consider myself able to be a producer. But that's because I can write a score for orchestra. I can engineer a recording session. I can operate the computer technology. Probably one of my most difficult things to do is actually talk to the accountant. It's a difficult thing. They have a different mindset, and you need to understand that. So business classes would do you well. being able to make a business plan would do you very well, because that shows you've organized your ideas and you're capable of organizing your ideas in a business fashion.